Hey guys, it's Diana, Art by Diana Myers, and tonight is Paint and Create. I am here every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Central Time. And if you've never been on here before, I do lots of stuff, mostly acrylic painting. I was a painter, oil painter for 20 years. I'm like 67 years old, so I've been painting a long time. And I've been dabbling in a few things, and we've been trying some different things. We did some reverse watercolors this week. So pretty. Saturday. I dabble with paint and rocks, which will be next, and some little watercolors. And mostly I do the acrylic painting. And we do some tracers to make it, I mostly do a lot of newbies and people that are, just trying new things, and which I recommend. Anyways, tonight we're going to do this little tiny canvas. I'm just doing what they call a study. And I'm just going to, I sketched on some bottles. It's kind of a rendition from this. Just a study, a picture I've seen on the internet. I posted it in one of my Good Morning videos, posts. I'm going to do a great big one. So I thought it'd be fun to do this small little canvas that's kind of been hanging out in my drawers over here. And I thought, well, you know something? Let's use that up. Saturday at 4 o'clock, I do Paint and Create and chat in the Artsy Rose group, which I will put up here. The light is funny today. Which I'll put up here. And we're doing a little Nomi. And I got a little surprise, something I'm going to show them. Some new technique. Another one I think they'll enjoy. A lot of them are doing those little cards, and we're trained them and mailing them back and forth. So I try to come up with little things I can put on their cards. Where's that link? Right here. So if you want to join, go over. It's a free group. Go there and look. There's all kinds of videos. There's, all kinds of stuff. Go up to the top, the guides area. In the meantime, before I start this, let me tell you what I got. Let me find you guys on here so I can center my work here. Make sure it's on live. I have a palette knife I'm going to use a little bit, and I'm going to do some brush work. But first I'm just going to start out and try to go by the picture a little bit. I'm going to do what they call, or what I call, blocking in the color. And I'm just going to I already got it sketched out. I feel everybody that you're going to start painting on your own when you're not doing the tracers and stuff, which is a great way to start. Copying other people's work, I've copied famous artists, is a good way to start. So once you get it traced out, once you get it traced out, what you want to do is you want to start picking out colors. And I'm going to put you up here and go find my canvas. I dropped it. Kicked it over here somewhere. Oh, I got it. So the first thing you would do is trace out what you're going to, decide what you're going to do. Trace it, and then pick out your colors. So I got a lot of colors here I'm messing with. I got a little bit of impasto paint. DecoArt now sells impasto. I think they call it impasto. But I use a lot of, which I don't always use during these classes. I use a lot of Liquitex. The Liquitex is actually thick enough for me. But I do use thickener, it's a gel. And you can also use, they have extra body. I use that a lot too. But mostly we're going to be painting. I'm only going to put probably some of the texture in towards the end because it's a really small surface. Although there's artists who do really small surfaces. So I got some of this ultramarine blue. I got some yellow. I got some white. I have a red somewhere, but I think it's buried. But I got a lot of DecoArt paints. Like I think I'm going to use this Mystic Teal. There's some green, bluish green, and a couple of them. There's this odd purple. So I put 2 or 3 purples here. I'm hoping I can pick it up. And a little yellow. There's some flowers in here, so that's what I'm going to do. And of course, we got greens for the now there is some curtains, but I'm not going to worry about making curtains. There's a little window in the back, but I'm not worried about that either. So I'll put this down so you can watch. It's good just watch artists paint. I love to watch artists paint like them guys. I love to watch them paint. I'm hoping this light is funny. It's a painting I did. This is talking about copying somebody. This is a Monet in the back. You see behind me? I did this. Wasn't the first one I did. Definitely the best one I did. The first one I did, all I had was a calendar from the Dollar Tree. The only thing I had. So I did it from that. I did it in pencil. I was into pencils at the time. Kohl-Noor, that's what they're called. It's a professional pencil, so it's a real soft, mushy pencil. You can mush it. So I did the whole painting with that, and I think I still have it. And then later I did the small one, and finally I did this big one in a class in my paid membership. And the reason it's out here is I got a rip in the corner, so got to do a repair on it, which is no big deal. Hey Mary, hey Joe Ellen, how now brown cow? I just got monetized again for this group. The other one was for my professional page, which is actually a private page, but they don't do that no more. So if you want to do that, that's how you kind of have to do it that way. So now I got 2 pages with it. So the more you talk, the more you interact, like, share, and all that kind of stuff, I get like a half a penny. It adds up, you know, $7, $3, you know. So it's something better than nothing. So, you know, say hi, let us know when I talk about something you see me do, you know. Got a question, just put it in there. If I don't get to it right away, I always check out the comments as soon as I can, usually right after, and I will answer questions or just say hi or whatever. All right, so I'm going to take a small round brush, and I'm just going to start picking up colors. I usually start with the background. There's like a yellowish green in the back. Maybe I'll put this right next to you so you can kind of see a little bit what I'm doing. A little bit. I wanted to tell you, here's the thickener too. Where is it? It's called Gel Medium or Gloss Gel. It also comes in a matte too, but mostly I use it for thickening. So I just made it on my toe. All right, so I'm going to kind of just start washing in some yellow in the background, just regular Deco Art yellow. I think this is just called yellow. And I'm just going to kind of come in here and just start adding some color. Now I kind of got it positioned so I'll be able to see some of this. Sometimes once you position it, you ain't got to worry about, you know, it's not like when you do a tracer going, just like knowing it's there and you drew it out, you've made a decision about where you're putting it in there when you do this. You kind of know. So you know where you want to go, where you can't go, and where you can see through. We're going to go all the way around with this too. So, but right now we're looking to black in some color. There's a lot of sunshine coming through this window. There's also some green, like some trees and stuff. I love doing the small ones, believe it or not. I do the little homes, which I don't have done right here, but every year around, I just put some out again. I'm taking orders. Takes a while to do them, you know. I give them a chance to kind of chime in, see if they want to change anything. But I do these little ornaments with the people's real home. I sketch it out first like this. I usually give that right in the box when I give it. So I'm just kind of smushing a little green wherever I see it. I don't know if I'm going to leave that there or not. I can like take a little bit of white if I want to. Work with a dirty brush a lot. So I'm going to be layering. Usually you've got 2, 3, 4 layers when you're painting. So you're kind of just getting this back layer in. This is like kind of your foundation. So I'm going to, there's a little green over on this side. Like I said, it hasn't got to be the same. I need a little bit of that teal though. I got this Mystic Teal. Or they got one called Mermaid Tail too. It's kind of a dark blue-green if you guys have ever used it. It's like a very popular color in the Deco Art line. Like I said, I'll probably be using some of their, it's better. Let's see. Let's kind of start this shelf a little bit. Actually, the shelf's kind of dark, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to take the green, make this darker right here. This is kind of dark too, so let's just take this dirty brush with some white, kind of go in here and get the indication that there's going to be a, let me just so you can see it's going to be a curtain here, drape, whatever you want to call it. So I'm working with a dirty brush here a little bit, so if you're not used to wet on wet, you kind of got to, you know, go back and dry every time, but I don't do that. You know, our acrylic dries pretty fast, so if you just move around the painting, by the time you get to the other side, it should be pretty close to dry. Alright, so now it's kind of got this color on my brush, so I'm gonna mix those two greens together, a little white, kind of do this curtain right here, just to get some background color, because you always start out dark and go to light. You always do it with oil and acrylics. It's dark to light, dark to light, dark to light, except for watercolors. It's just the opposite. It's just not as much concentration of color. So, all right, so I did this one like this. I'm just kind of blocking it in. A little blue right here for this window, a little blue and white. Usually what I do is I don't always rinse, but the brush gets dried, I'll go and put it in the water. But what I usually do when I'm just kind of blocking it in, I'll just wipe it off. There's a little color in it, kind of gives it some interest in the painting. Definitely some yellow in behind her too. I'm going around these bottles now. You can see that. Put the brightness down so you can see it. I'm going to pick up a little white too and yellow. I want it on the deeper side though, because we're going to lighten this up. As you get towards the bottom, it's a little darker, so I can add some green to that yellow. Kind of darken this up, mush it in with some yellow and white. I do a lot of impressionism, so I kind of like it when you can see a lot of strokes. I guess they call it painterly. It's what someone told me. I'd never heard that before. It's real hot, the impressionist look, and they use a lot of strokes. If you ever seen a Monet, there's all these little tiny strokes, and each one seems to be a different color, but I'm sure he had some kind of master plan for that. Monet, Turner, they all very similar. Not really similar, but the idea is the same. Very bright, very cheerful. A lot of brush strokes. You're doing like the impression of, so you don't got to worry about every little detail being so perfect. It's just not necessary. It's the idea is to catch the color, the composition, the contrast, you know, making it fun. I told you they were the hip hop of their time, so they like, you know, were considered outside the box. Everything was like dead fish and old fruit and ladies laying in the sun underneath the tree half naked, you know, was the thing. Nothing wrong with any of that, but that was, you know, they didn't want to do that, you know. Okay, so I got some background on here. So this one I'm going to actually, I think I'm going to do this one purple. I'm going to do these one like a clearer teal. This is going to be darker teal. I decided it because I was looking for the different size bottles, and there's other bottles, but I'm not doing all of them, so I think it would look better if this bottle was a little bigger. So I'm going to rinse my bottle, my brush real good. And I'm going to come in, I got like 3 different purples. I have like a navy blue, like a grape blue, then kind of a burgundy. I'm hoping I can pick up on this color. It's pretty close. I'll show you. Can you see it? Pretty close. Another thing, you learn how to mix colors. It's good now though, because you know these days, when I first started painting, you know, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, they didn't have. I mean, they did, but not like now. Every line is like OPI polish. You guys know what that is? There's so many colors. So if you can't make it, you know, purples is something I might buy because sometimes it's just hard to get the right shade. I got it today, but that's, you know, the mood today. There's some colors are just, that's why I do color blocking. You guys know what it is. When you're doing a big painting, you see artists will just like put it at the bottom, they'll put little splotches of color. And they'll make it on their palette, they'll make the colors. And then one of the reasons they keep a wet palette is, you know, a palette that keeps the paint wet so they can remember what they mix together. Or they'll keep the little chips, which is another thing I just seen. It's like, that's a lot of work. So there's most of the color. It's not see-through yet. It's just I got the color in there. So I'm going to rinse this brush. And I wanted this one like a darker teal. And this one's like a clear teal, if you see the picture right here. This one's a darker teal. This one's a green, but I think I'm going to do more of a teal. So I got this, what do they call it? Mystic Teal, which is kind of a medium teal. You can see this color. Can you see that? It's pretty close. It's just not as clear. I haven't put any highlights in, so you're not going to get that clearness yet, which I'll do with my palette knife. It's also got like some rippling in the body, you know. So just follow the shape of your subject. It's another thing. You know, if you just do it all off square and stuff, it doesn't always look good. You gotta really kind of follow some of the shape. I might put a label in here. I kind of put that in there. I'm not sure. Another thing, you don't have to put everything that you see. I took this one class and the guy was like, you know, do not paint every tree in the forest. You don't need to. It's more about the most prominent things in the front of the painting, like maybe one or two big trees, a rock, a stream. You don't need to, like, you do your own interpretation. You can see people, if you've ever been to a class where everybody's doing the same painting, they're all similar, but they're not the same. The very first painting class I took, the very first one, we did 2 ducks over a pond. You got no cap on it. I think I'll just kind of round that out. And she lined us all up when we got done, or we were close to done. And she like hit all the brown eyes on one side and all the blue eyes on the other, so we all had to walk back. As you looked at the blue eyes, big difference, but there was a difference. And as the eyes got darker, the paint got darker. So it has a lot to do with you and what you see. Nothing wrong with what you're seeing. It's just, I notice I have blue eyes, and all 3 of my daughters, my granddaughter don't, grandson, all have. My husband was brown-eyed, dominant color, so that they always like their. I would pick out clothes, and they would always like the darker shades. After a while, I figured, okay, that's what it is, you know. It's what you see. It's your preference. Now, there's going to be some flowers here, so I don't want to lose that. So I'm going to kind of just right while I'm here, I'm going to take my small. Just if you got a good, this is what they call a round brush. They put it into this little thing here, roundly, and when it comes out, it comes to a point. Now it's been in the water, so it's crooked, but you can kind of go in here, and if it's good, it should have a little point to it, and just kind of randomly start throwing something so you know those are still there. This one has a purple flower in it, but right now I'm going to concentrate on keeping this on the light side. Like with a see-through bottle, mostly it's the outside lines and any shadows that are picked up usually from the things around it. Glass picks up what's ever near. Like you see this yellow liquid in this one? It's being picked up right here. Even the yellow from this window is picked up a little bit in the bottom of this pot. This white and yellow is picked up here. This has got light. This is mostly white, but you can see there's still a little bit of darkness here. It's probably picking up the green from here. So your light will pick up different shades. So bottles and that kind of stuff. So mostly you want to concentrate on the outside of that bottle. I'm not adding any white yet because it's last. So I'm going to go into that green. And I'm going to actually add a little blue, I think, too. Hold on. A little blue on the palette. It's probably a little more advanced, but if you watch these things, I remember when I used to do hair for a long time, and I remember me, they would be talking, I'm going to these classes, and they're talking about, I can't remember what it was the first day. I remember laughing. I'm thinking to myself, what the heck are they talking about? The same thing applies when you're learning art and you want to learn something a little different. Just look up the terms, take a few notes, is what I did. But if you just watch, just learning the maneuvers is good too. So watching is important. And like Bob Ross, he'll give you a few tips. He tells you what's on his palette, you know. So now I'm going to pick up that blue again and a little bit of that teal. But I'm going to put some white in. I'm going to like this, which just kind of breaks the rules, but that's okay. I'm going to try to keep this as there. I'm going to put a little green in there because there's foliage. These are stems that come down through here. All this stuff in the background is in the background. When you start, it's going to be the closest to you, so that's going to be last. So you're not really going to see that shape until you hit the end. So I'm just grabbing things that are in here. Take some white, a lot of teal, and just kind of keep it lighter than this bottle. And just kind of follow the shape. And then, like I said, I'm gonna make the outside edges, keep them darker. This kind of comes out like that. And then, like I said, there's an indentation right here, so I'm gonna kind of make sure that stays in there on this rim. Mix that a little bit. I'll come back in with that yellow. Come close to here, close to here. Kind of fill some of this in a little bit. We're going to put some purple there. We're going to make a flower. But I want a little bit of that yellow in the background too. So take that purple, make that purple again. Those three purples. The blue, it was a burgundy, a purple, and a navy blue. That's how I got this color right here. Like I said, some of it's going to be over in here, some of the reflection. I might even put a little bit up in here. Alright, so let's start working on this other side too. I want to do my palette knife. A lot of artists that do palette knife, by the way, do use a brush. Unless you're doing something like really big, like I use a great big palette knife. I have some big ones, and you just like put a big swath of the sky or the cloud. It'd be really hard to do with a tiny brush. Do big paintings, you work with big tools. So this one, I thought I would do this yellow one right here. So I'm going to pick up some yellow and some of that burgundy, and it's going to make me a nice orange. What's this red called? I don't know. It's like a burgundy and then a yellow. And I'm going to come in here and do that. So I picked out parts of the painting that I want to do. That's what I did. It's clear on the top though, so I'm going to be careful here. Add a little bit of white to this yellow. It's like a cork top on that too. So I'm not worried about yet, but I can take that dark red and kind of mimic the top with it. Alright. I'm going to rinse it again. I'm going to go behind this and do yellow from this other side. Aren't these fun with the sides like this? The best thing about these are you pay a little bit more. It's not a lot more, but you ain't worry about framing it. It's a pain in the butt. I usually buy a frame with some paintings right when I buy it, because that way I ain't got to worry about it. And if I know what I'm doing, I can match the frame, because the frame can make a painting or break it. And some things just look better framed, usually in landscapes. But with these, it's like it's already framed, so it's a nice little touch. The framing can be quite expensive if you need to have something done, and sometimes you do, because it just doesn't come out the same unless unless you're really good at framing, which I'm not. I just do the basics. So I'm just adding colors here. So there you go. So now I get the side just about done. I'm going to do some more highlighting here. I'm going to darken this edge up. There you go. Now let's go with this side. And on this side, I thought I would do just like another green bottle, that darker green one. It should go right like this. Yeah, so you could, I've done like a bird in a bird's nest, and I just extended all the foliage and stuff over the edges. You can just add flowers, or you don't have to do anything, you can just make it plain too. A little label on this, I think, so I'm just going to kind of shade in a little bit of white here. Just kind of give the indication of a... Let's do this in a darker. I'm going to do green and blue on the bottom so I can pick up this right here and extend it. Can even kind of neutralize that green a little bit. I think I put a little red in there, it'll neutralize it a little bit. There you go. We'll pick up that yellow background again. See, we're just blackening the color. I'm going to kind of get busy with some highlighting after this. So yeah, so on Saturdays on 4 o'clock, create and chat, I call it, or I just don't really call it anything. The paint and create is usually Thursday nights. And I recently, Facebook is changing storage. So we can store all the stuff that we do in these classes in here. But anything else is going to have to, I've been putting everything over to YouTube, which I had a channel, I didn't do much for, I just use it for storage. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to be doing some live classes over there. I'm thinking maybe a couple times a month. And I've just put a crap load, and I got a lot more they're going to give me lifetime. I had to not apply for it, but once they asked me to, So they give me 30 days and all the new ones now. They're rolling it out at different times all over the nation, so some of your people might not have heard of it. But if they don't really do videos like I do, then that won't be a problem. So I'm going to keep putting this. See this curtain right here? I think I put some different greens and stuff to kind of mimic it on the other side. So every now and then I just put they're not all, like if I didn't unlist all of them. But evidently they're telling us a lot of people don't even rewatch a lot of them. It's true, they don't. Not right away. I mean, a lot of the old ones just kind of sit there and they don't feel like they should pay for storage. And they're right. I mean, I pay for storage for my pictures and for my emails. And it ain't cheap. But I use the emails for different things, so a little blue sky in here too. Get a little white to that. Kind of makes it look nice. Then this bottom, I think because I'm probably stand this up. I'm not gonna do nothing to the bottom, but I am gonna do this top. I might color that bottom. I haven't decided yet. So I'm gonna kind of put these greens and blues. I have 2, 3 greens here. Do the dark first. It's supposed to be a window. And then I can do some yellow in the middle. It's going to be like a white bar here from the window. I'm just going to block this in. And I might continue this over here. A little darker here. There's like some foliage and stuff. I don't know. I'll do a curtain or foliage, a little combination of both maybe. Lighter green. A little combination of both. Bring it down into here to match. This is going to be white right here. Kind of working wet on wet. Some of your people might not be able to do that, but it's something you learn. Be a little brave. Alright, let's see where we are. Let's see who's on here. Turn this over. Wow, a lot of people on here. Hey guys. Oh, Joellen. Hey, like I said, come over and say, hey Sharon, come over on Saturdays at 4 o'clock, and we're doing definitely some Irish stuff and something new I gotta show you guys. You're gonna love it. Easy peasy, put in the pie. All you need is some packing tape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jack and Jill went up the hill. How's that joke go? Jack came down pregnant or something? I forgot how it goes. Jack and Jill went up the hill. How's that joke? Jack came down pregnant or something? I forgot how it goes. I forget jokes. Alright, let me put this back. Yeah, so we got challenges every month. And I got all the Happy Mail out yesterday. My granddaughter took it down for her. She took my car. She got her car loan, so she's getting a new car. Well, not brand new, but new for her. So she's all fat and sassy and happy. So I get my car back. Let's see what else I got going on. And what is our challenge for this month? In the ATC, we do ATC cards. We got little cards that we're making, and we trade back and forth. Well, they just sent me some. I didn't put them out here. But they're trading cards, artist trading cards. And I do different techniques to show that. And we have a separate chat group for that. And then every month we do challenges, and this month obviously it's anything Irish. You got a whole list in the features section. If you go up there and look, go over to Artsy Rose, look up there, you'll see it. And the class I'm doing Saturday, there's going to be a tracer out. I was just working on it. I'm not done with it yet, but there's going to be a tracer. Usually I have one finished, not all the time. Then I have one, the tracer is ready. I just haven't put it in there yet, but you're going to tracer for this guy. I just started him today. I'm doing some strange things to him, but you will see he's going to be cute. And I also got a new technique that I'm going to show everybody. So that's Saturday at 4 o'clock, and tomorrow night is my membership people. It's a paid group, and we are doing an Irish shoe, except it's going to be really big. I'm doing it on a bigger canvas. So isn't that cool? So there. And then next month we got some carrots for you guys in the Saturday group, and then we got I got lambs and different things for the paid group. They're a little higher end, but all this stuff is in that group, stays in that group. And if you don't pay, you can't, you know. That's the way it works. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. I actually went to the Dollar Tree, guys. Have you seen these? I have all like beach stuff in my bathroom. Can you see that? It was the only one they had at the Dollar Tree. And this is like a mermaid tail. And then this is like, I guess a wave, and this is the sun. So I'm going to do that, just sit here and do that sometimes with you guys. And I got another gnome. There was only 2 left. I should have got 2. I don't know, I got another gnome. I'm gardening like a fool. I'm so ready for summer. Ain't he cute? It's cute. So anyways, I got a lot of projects up here we're going to do. And like I said, we get some new things. Ooh, I'm going to be teaching you guys, which should be fun. And we'll be painting some rocks. And I got some other things I'm painting. I get these coolers from a medication to keep it cold. And nobody wants any more coolers. They're only like this big. So I've been painting them. And I'm going to turn them into planters. And I painted a brick look just to see if it would hold up. And I'm going to line up next to my mobile home here, and I'm going to plant lettuce. But I got lots of stuff I'm going to plant, so I need lots of planters. So lots of stuff coming up, guys. So make sure you come on over on Saturdays or come over here on Thursday nights or whatever. So let me finish this painting. Get my palette knife. We'll talk about palette knives. You can use a plastic palette knife. You could actually use a knife. You could use just about anything that's going to give you a little bit of point. You could use a credit card, but the plastic knives, I'll get one right here, from the dollar store or wherever, are pretty good too. So don't be afraid to think, you know, I like a good palette knife, but I do a lot of palette knife. I am a palette knife artist. So you will see I do a lot. Big paintings. Give myself carpal tunnel. Don't be afraid to use these little plastic ones. They are perfect. They actually come in different shapes too. They have the rounder tip, which you can get bigger areas. And it's like side tips full. Get a lot of area. And this is like you can kind of come in and do little tiny stuff. The pointy ones are the best for this thing. Okay, why don't we just go ahead and use this. I got my other one over here, but we'll use this one. So now, let's see. I want to start doing some details. So let's come in. You're going to kind of use the same colors, but you're going to lighten those colors up. So not quite white yet, but what you can do is you can mix white and that teal. You kind of bring it up to the next shade. And start making indications of, you can see there's like shapes in here. You're using this almost like a pen. You just concentrate all your color at the end. But be careful if you're changing colors, because what happens is, I do it myself all the time, is you keep working, keep pushing the paint like you do in the brush, and keep going up, and you think, oh, it's okay, it's not doing anything. Well, then you go and you get too much, say, of a red over, you don't want red, and it'll get wet, pick all that color up on, and you go to put it on, you got all these colors you didn't plan on having. So you really do gotta wipe, because it has no place to go. Like with the brush, it gets absorbed into the bristles, the bottom bristles. So you could just make lights and darks. Now he's got like this little pattern on him, so I can see if I can mimic some of the pattern here. Now, if you guys have taken any, you know, color theory, do you guys know that around here, some of you guys who took some of my classes, what the color opposite of blue is on the color wheel? Or what will neutralize green? It's the opposite color on the color wheel, guys. Anybody know? Hey, Sin. How you doing, girl? Well, the opposite color of blue would be yellow, and the opposite color of green would be red. It's right here. I'll show you. Got my color wheel. I actually got some more of these. Next month, I'm giving out supplies. I just give out paintings this month. You know, these ones I do this size. And this next month, some of these are going out for prizes. So here's your blue. The opposite is yellow. And here's your greens. And the opposite is your reds. So they do several things. Like when you mix these two together, they turn to like a gray, but they're great for shadow because they neutralize each other. If you want something to be complementary, you should use the color next to it and they look good to each other. If you want something that just looks good together, green and red look good together, which you guys know, Christmas. Yellow and blue look good together. So a lot of this stuff's explained right on your wheel. And it'll also show you as you turn it, it explains on there. If you add white to this violet, this is what it looks like. If you add black or a darker color, it'll look like that. If you add yellow to this color, it'll look like that. If you add this purple to this, it'll look, or this red to this purple, look like that. It goes and shows you. See, like, if you add blue to that purple, you get that color. If you add black to this purple, you get this really dark purple. So it shows it to you. And it shows you like things about the grayscale. But this is something that looks so complicated, guys. It's not. It's a lifesaver. If you can improve on your colors, if you're mixing, if you haven't got a bottle in your house, don't go shopping. Although we like to do that. Primary colors, yellow, red, and blue. So if you got any of those colors, you can make most colors with it. See, so I put little indications of a pattern in there. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. And I'm going to keep adding some little light colors. That white and blue, that teal and blue, teal and white. Needs to be a little thicker, so I might add a little thickener to this. And I'm just kind of looking for some indications. And I do want to see some of the stems through here, so I might just start giving the indications of a few stems. Right up into here. I'll need a little room here because I want to put some daisies right in here. See, it doesn't take much to put the indications in, does it? It doesn't take much. So now I do want to put those daisies in. Let me get a paper towel here. Like, I cleaned up a little bit earlier yesterday and today in here, so it's a little more organized. Makes you feel better. So, see these little flowers right here? Let's go right into the white. And I am going to just throw a bunch of this white in. Too much in this one. I can scrape through that though. It's okay. Scrape through this too. Who's here? Sometimes I gotta put a comment in there. Somebody new came. Cindy. How's them grandbabies, Cindy? So precious. My daughter has step-grandchildren. She has a small one called Savannah. Oh my God, she's so adorable. Her husband, twin daughters, and they both just had children. And then his son has 4 little girls. So my granddaughter and my daughter, my granddaughter doesn't have any, grandson don't have any yet. It's a matter of time. So I'm just kind of going to have to monkey around with these because I get this great big utensil here. I had smaller ones, but I'm not going digging. They fell like a couple days ago, and they're still over there. I have to crawl over everything. I'm hoping I ordered the bed for that room, so the frame is sitting there. If no one makes a move here, I'm gonna probably there's this company that's comes over here. We don't have like regular trash, city trash, so but they will come over and they will get stuff. What I'm thinking about, I'm wondering if they will. It's basically a new bed. It's a oh, what do they call that? It's a trundle bed. Yeah, I wanted at least a twin. Well, I decided I don't really need a twin. I thought I would, but I don't really need a twin. So, long story short, I got like a day bed. That's what we're gonna do. So, I have 2 couches, and you know, I don't know what I was thinking. So we're gonna keep the mattresses, 2 of them. So then we get our flowers. We put some yellow down. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit because I want a little thicker. So I'm gonna come in with take that thickener and add it to the white. Just kind of come in and thicken those up a little bit. Nice thing about doing palette knife is you can layer with it. You can layer. And I'll take some yellow and thicken that up with a little bit of my thickener. Or I could use this impasto. We're going to use this impasto. This is from DecoArt. They should be selling this at Michael's. You can buy all the stuff that I have online too. And like, they have deals. Like, even when I do my stencils for the month of February, it was free shipping the whole month no matter what I ordered. This month, they just had a fantastic sale of stencils. But DecoArt runs sales like that too. So even though you can get stuff in the stores, they don't always have everything I want because they go, especially after a sale. So if you don't hit Michael, now when my Hobby Lobby's gone, just forget it. It's still too wet. I can let that dry. Now with Hobby Lobby gone, you know, it's going to be a little crazy. Especially for the people that sew. My kids are the ones that well, me. And she's like, we just been buying yarn like crazy. So maybe a little bit of white to this so it has a little light in it here. Mix it in right here in the palette. I can mix it in. Well, this would have little highlights on it too, a little bit. Right here, you can see them. So I'm going to kind of come in here and add just a little bit. Towards the bottom, let's keep this on the dark side. But I want highlights. The sun's coming in. Yes, yeah, so I'm going to eventually do this in a big one. I'll put it up for sale. Gonna make a little money, you know, too. Right. If somebody wants it. I'm kind of coming in, slicing some stems here. I try like standing up more because I've been on the computer so much. My leg's starting to bother me now. It's okay, but it didn't work out so good either. So I don't know. My office chair. I'm gonna put a little purple down here to darken this, really, so it doesn't like float. You want to really darken your bottom sometimes with some shadows. So what it'll do is it makes it look like it's sitting there. Other than that, it looks like it's floating. And so now I'm looking for a different chair to use when I'm doing my paperwork and this kind of stuff where I'm sitting. I do have my stand-up easel out there now, but I haven't even gotten back to that. See, so that kind of sets it down a little bit. You can see what I did. Alright, so let's put some highlights on this. Same thing. I'm going to use this navy on it. Kind of darken some edges up here and there. Oop, get some white on there so I didn't wipe it off. Alright. Let's pick up this navy blue right here. Give it some different shadows. There's no flowers in this, so I'm just going to kind of work on making it semi-translucent here. A little bit of white. There's definitely some kind of design on these. Kind of reverse painting because the white's just going to pick up the inside of these. Then you got to come back with dark and go next to it to kind of put the shape in, if that makes any sense. So it's probably getting nice up here. Thank God. I was getting no wonder. It's really kind of unseasonal. It's a little early, but boy, we had a brutal winter. It was more like what I remember from when I was a kid. It was brutal. Brutal. But it always did that. My mother used to say, somewhere, it's like it'll be over as soon as it seems like it's never going to end, and then it's gone. You know, it's weird. I could put a bit of white in here and kind of, there's like a windowsill here. You can't really see too much, but that's where all this white is coming from. This kind of goes like this, and then over. So, there's some kind of white thing going on, like right here. Kind of just put an indication there to kind of make it cohesive. Sometimes the eye knows, even if you're not even an experienced artist, will not even have anything do with art. You're like, there's something your eye knows, no matter if you do art or not, that there's something not quite with it. It knows. I'm gonna put a little bit of this blue in here too, because it's gonna pick up some blue from this bottle over here. So let's just give a little bit of indication right here. I'm gonna pick up some. Highlight right here. Highlight up here like a bottle top on this. Closed top. And a little bit of light coming in this side, so it's whitening that side up pretty good. Right up here. Let's start working on this one. The purple darken this edge up too. Okay. I'm going to take some white and that teal, and maybe a little bit of this light green too. I want to keep this on the lighter side. This looks pretty good. It's lighter green, a teal, and a white. Yeah, so you guys got till, anybody that's in my group, you got till a couple weeks yet before we get our ATCs or whatever. Lori's already got most of her stuff done already. It's okay. The idea is to get you to paint. So just a little motivation. It's always nice you're gonna get some free stuff, right? Yeah. I know sometimes it's hard to come up with ideas, so sometimes it's better just to have something to paint. So me, I got tons of stuff on my phone. It's like Pinterest. You guys ever go to Pinterest? I got Pinterest boards. I got, you name it, I got a board for it. I am never going to live long enough to do all that stuff that's on there. You know? So funny. But it's good for inspiration. I have an inspiration board. I have books. I have food. Paintings. I actually started doing some stuff on there I could sell through there, and I started doing it. There's some of my paintings on there too. I never got back to it, but you can make money on there just like you do Facebook and stuff. So it's going to be interesting learning about YouTube. I'm going to have to do that for a while for storage. But since I want to sell some of my stuff, I'm going to have to see what I can do on Pinterest too. So I'm just trying to get the shape in there mostly right now. And some color. Now there's some yellow in here because it's coming from the back of the window, so we need to really add quite a bit of yellow right here. Yellow and white. We really kind of got to get that in there. That's important. Then we can worry about doing the edges with the darker color. And I want this little corner to show right here, so I'm going to take some white and a big swath right there. Big swath. And let's see. There's a big purple flower there, so I got this one purple. I think it'd be perfect. So I'm going to start putting that. Just put it in. Nice and big and fat. Nice and big and fat. And this shows front and center. It's right here. I can lighten this up. Always dark to light. I can lighten it up. I'm going to add a little of that burgundy and some white to this purple so that I can get a kind of a, this kind of a pinkish look to it. Right towards, close to the center, not right in the center, but just a little bit. There you go. I don't have to leave this like that. I can come back later and kind of, which I will, and kind of touch up anything that I don't like. More purple right here. Maybe a little bit of that blue too, that navy blue in here. There you go. There's some foliage behind this too, so I'll take some of that bright green. I kind of go in here and put some pieces here. I love little bottles on the windowsill with the different flowers. I just love it. I'll mix in some fake too, some little tiny, I like small leaf, like fake flowers. I'll mix them in. So look at those flowers. I just make them look better. Alright. I'll take some, make a little lighter one too here. They got these little, like, make sure you make little leaves off them, don't just point them. Some little leaves. There's some yellow centers on this. I should be able to get some yellow in here now. Should be able to pop some on. There you go. Right. What's up, guys? Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. So that went. I love the movie, but I didn't like that witch. I didn't like those monkeys either. It's getting there. I think that middle one's a little. Well, maybe not. I think it needs a narrower bottom. It's getting there though. So they gotta mess with these too a little bit. But see how it's kind of fun? Kind of fun house. Remember those carnivals with all the little lights and mirrors and stuff? Get y'all confused. So I'm gonna kind of narrow this in, I think, a little bit. Get some white. Let's narrow this up a little bit. See, I use it like a pencil. I had to put some green here. Shows indication of a round bottom here. Fill that in. It's kind of almost transparent, almost. Looks like a little funny bottom on this one too. Yeah, so I did had some leftover gingerbread mix, which I don't usually use, but it was pretty good. I made some. I bought this little shamrock cutout. They came out so cute, and I had some left. I seen Martha. Was that Martha? No, it was somebody else. Who was it? I watched too many reels. She did a. I had my tomatoes are starting to get old a little bit, so I hate wasting stuff. So she took them and she put them in a. You know, she just cut them up, put them on parchment paper. You can put them on tinfoil or anything, and she put them in the oven 250 for like an hour and a half, and they're pretty good, guys. I squirt a little oil and garlic, and so I put them in a little jar with some oil, and I'll use them. Put them on my sandwiches. There are all kinds of stuff you could do, actually. Put on my toast in the morning or something. It's like a Dunkin' Donuts, but I saved myself some money there. You guys seen the price of that stuff? But anyway, it's ridiculous. I'm just kind of picking up that foliage just over off in the distance here. Just kind of adding a little bit, just a little indication there. A little color. Not too many details because this is quite a small canvas. So now there is like flowers. I'm just gonna dot a few of these flowers, just tiny small. beautiful. I think that's pretty good. A little bit top on here. More green for the foliage here. Oh, highlights in here too, maybe. I think that looks pretty good. I'm too when you're an artist, sometimes you just don't know when to stop. I swear to God. Let's kind of work on this side here. The bottle actually doesn't look too bad. I'm just gonna throw a few highlights in here and give it a little more of a painterly look. So it looks like a palette knife a little bit. Yeah. So we got corned beef the other day. Well, it's on sale. I bought like an extra one and put one up for me and my daughter to make sandwiches or something out of it. So we threw away so many things. It's like every time I go to make something, I'm like, do I have that anymore? Oh, because I just kind of went crazy there for a while. And I think we all went a little overboard, you know. Downsizing is a good thing, though. Even though I still got too much junk, it's a little bit easier. I had that big old house. It was a lot of work. There's no way I could have kept. It took me like 5 years to. A little personality there. Kind of fix this up a little bit. A little yellow too, I think. A little yellow in there too. Oh, I think that's pretty good. It's a look-alike curtains. Anyways, I think that's good for this side. Right, so now I get this side. Nope, this side right a little bit. I'm just gonna kind of, same thing, just kind of make it look a little more painterly. I used that burgundy and the yellow and a little thickener on this. The yellow, kind of, a little highlight on here. There's color on my palette knife here. A little yellow. Yes, like I said, if you've never been over here, I have the Artsy Rose group. You can come on over, take a look on Saturdays. I think I put up the link. And we do all kinds of different things. A lot of stuff coming up we're going to be doing. I got some special classes I'm going to be doing. I did like some feel better, do some inspiration. I do some reading sometimes about things that'll make you feel more inspired. I left brain last year. We'll probably do that. I'm going to do one on habit stacking. I think I might do that on YouTube. And I have just a whole list of specialty classes that'll kind of help you with a business or with your painting or self-help, make you feel like painting or feel inspired. And so I'm going to be doing, I think I'm going to be doing one a month. I did like Word of the Year, inspiration board. I think I'm doing a summer inspiration board. So I got a bunch of different things going on. This one needs a little something on this side still. More. Doesn't look quite painterly enough. I ain't been over my sister's. I couldn't tell you how long. Couldn't get out to take trash. I was so bad here. Oh, I thought it was just me when we were getting my taxes done. Oh my God. She's older than me. She went on and on and on. Oh, she had a heck of a time. It's not easy. She's about ready to retire. Like, she needs to retire. I mean, you can't really, these days, you really can't retire unless you're independently wealthy. Nobody is these days. Alright, so I think it looks pretty good. I'll probably touch it up a little bit more, and then I'll post it after the class. But like I said, guys, anybody's new to my channel, my name's Diana Myers, and I've been doing painting about 40-something years, and I've been on here, I think it's going to be 5 years the end of this year. I'll have to have a party. I did, I know it's 4, and then I went back, I think it's in my bio. If you go and you look under Diana, or by Diana Myers, it should be up in there somewhere, so it's getting close to 5 years. But I've had this group probably 3 years, maybe, and I think I had the Pilot Knife one getting close to 4, so it's been there a while. And everything's just kind of starting to settle out and starting to figure things out. It takes a while, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. It's not easy. The tech part is the part that's not easy. The rest of it's, okay. As you go along, you figure it out, Alright, so I'll put this up. So this is the painting I worked off again. But I'm going to do this on a big old canvas, which will be in my front room. I got one out there I'm repairing too, so that came out pretty good. Sometimes you got to go like this. Yeah, let's leave something on this corner. So I'm going to keep monkeying around with it, and then I will post it. And you guys have a great afternoon, and I hope inspiration finds you wherever you go. And make sure you make lots of great art. And I'll see you Saturday at 4 o'clock, and I'll see my membership people tomorrow at 7. So have a great night, guys, and have a great St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Thanks again. Thanks for coming. Bye, guys.